It's day 22 of the 30-day special session. We're on the House floor right now and no one's here, so can you tell us what's going on?
Well, despite the fact that nobody's actually on the floor here doing business, we do have several people that are around the campus down here, budget negotiators predominantly and members of the leadership teams, talking about the differences between the budget proposals at this point. You know, there has been, by House Democrats, they've been looking at approximately a $1.5 billion new tax increase, or actually increasing spending by 15%. The Senate has actually put out a proposal that does not raise taxes, yet still balances the budget. It also includes the largest increases in education, or K through 12 expenditures we've seen in decades down here. So there is a lot going on. We're just not seeing everybody here at this point.
The state received some really good news on Monday that should help budget negotiators. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we have the Economic Forecast, or Revenue Forecast Council, actually puts out a study every quarter, and they came to us with news here just the other day that there's going to be an additionally nearly $309 million new dollars coming in that were not expected. That's above what they thought it was going to be. And so that's about $3.2 billion new dollars for the 2015 to 2017 budget cycle as compared to what we actually had seen here just a few months ago, where we thought it was only going to be just about the $2.8 or $2.9 billion range. I think that it was quite a bit of a surprise to some folks, especially the Democrats. You know, they were looking at raising taxes, and I think it kind of takes the wind out of their sails on their tax increases.
The governor's budget lead recently said that if the current revenue projections were known last November, that the governor wouldn't have proposed tax increases, and House Democrats would have probably introduced a small package of taxes. What do you make of all that?
Well, I think slowly but surely throughout this process, I think the governor and Democrats are realizing that $1.5 billion in new tax revenue just isn't needed. It's not necessary. And we've been saying since the very beginning, we already knew we were going to be seeing a 9% revenue increase, which is a massive revenue increase. I guess my question to the citizens and those that are listening is, how many of you got a 9% raise this last year? Not many of us did. And I know that for many folks that are still kind of struggling with their budgets, we're coming out of this recession. It's still a very fragile economy. We have a lot of folks I know in districts like my own that have a tremendous amount of what I call underemployment. In other words, they may have been unemployed for a period of time. They've got a job back, but it's not necessarily to the same type of standards or the salaries that they were getting before. And so they're not bringing in the kind of money they were. You know, it's a fragile time to be going to folks, especially when we're seeing record new revenue, and saying we're going to raise your taxes even further. I just don't think it's responsible at this point. I know we've got plenty of money. We've asked our citizens to live within their means. Government's got a lot more money to spend. Let's live within our means as well.